It's the Rob Carson Show. Are you ready to be pod-smacked? Now, here's Rob Carson.
Hello and welcome to episode number 141 of the Rob Carson Show podcast. Very special podcast. I'll tell you about it in a second. But it's an hour on WBAP in Dallas, Texas. And I'm going to get to that in just a moment. I want to thank the sponsors of the radio program, including Dr. Alex Nelson. You ever thought about chiropractic? You ever thought about electrical stimulation for your muscles, decompression for herniated low back discs? I'll tell you what, chiropractic has done wonders for me. He can help work on migraines, headaches, back pain, low pain, all of these things. Just go to fountainoflifechiro.com. Fountainoflifechiro.com. His number is 816-741-4711 if you're in the Kansas City area. That's on North Congress Avenue, okay? 816-741-4711. Fountainoflifechiro.com. Also, if you're thinking about a zero-turning radius mower, maybe you've had a rider, maybe you've got a push mower. Push mowers, I don't care if they're self-propelled. Push mowing stinks. Get a beautiful zero-turning radius mower from Grass Monsters KC. GrassMonstersKC.com. You've heard me talk about the Dixie Chopper made in Indiana. They've got the Black Hawk. That's the brand new one. You can get up to a 60-inch deck on that. Starts at a 48. It is just, I mean, they're wonderful mowers. This is a light commercial mower, but if you've got more than an acre, you might consider it as well. You've got the Silver Eagle, which I had. That's commercial mower, just brilliant. The Z2, spectacular. They also sell Hustler mowers made in Kansas. The Fast Track. These are both of these mowers are just put together like you wouldn't believe. They'll last you forever. The Raptor Flip Up. That's the new one. The blades actually, the whole mow deck flips up so you can store it in a smaller space. Incredible mowers. GrassMonstersKC.com. GrassMonstersKC.com. 5520 Raytown Road, Raytown Mow. Now, this podcast is an hour on WBAP in Dallas, Texas, featuring lots of phone calls and lots of fun. Today's episode is about Donald Trump's transgendered edict for the military. We had some fun with it. We took some serious calls, and I played a brand new parody a couple times that I think you're really gonna love. Enjoy, guys.
A Cumulus station.
It's 2 o'clock. I'm Nicole Osei from the WBAP Classic Buick GMC of Carrollton News Desk. The backlash against President Trump's decision to ban transgender people from the military is heating up. The story after traffic and weather on the ones. Here's the ClassicChevrolet.com Right Now Traffic Watch and Maria Miller.
In Dallas County, 75 northbound at the off-ramp to Caruth Haven, an accident blocking the right lane. Broken down vehicle on the George Bush Turnpike westbound just before Highway 75. That is in your left lane. On the tollway southbound Spring Valley, an accident blocks one lane of traffic. And in Irving, Loop 12 northbound at Grawweiler, there's a wreck in the two right lanes. Forney, 80 westbound near FM 460, an accident, only one lane gets by. Still have the road work up 80 westbound before Lawson in the right lane, and road work in Tarrant County. 30 eastbound at Ballpark Way, left lane closed off. With the WBAP Right Now Traffic Watch, I'm Maria Miller.
If you're in the market for a truck, the time to buy is now at Classic Chevrolet. Save 25% off the MSRP on new 2017 Texas Edition crew cabs. That's 1/4 off the list price on Texas Edition crews. ClassicChevrolet.com. Find new roads.
Now the WBAP forecast with Weather Channel meteorologist Mark Thibodeau.
All right, thanks a lot, Nicole. One of the hottest days so far this year coming up on Thursday, I think. Heat advisory till 8 p.m. Thursday. Rest of the day pretty roasting as well. Mainly sunny, a high in the upper 90s. Heat index levels could be up around 105 today. Then tonight, 81 degrees with a few clouds. Sun and clouds, an actual high near 100 on Thursday with late afternoon heat index levels or feels like temperature, combined temperature and humidity up around 110 at the absolute hottest in some places. This weather report is brought to you by LifeLock. With identity theft, what you can't see can hurt you, but LifeLock can actually see threats to your identity, stuff you can miss by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK. Save 10%. Currently 95 degrees with a heat index of 104. For WBAP News, I'm meteorologist Mark Thibodeau at the Weather Channel.
News brought to you by TexasDirectAuto.com. Teachers in Texas who've been working for at least 6 years could receive bonuses beginning next fall. The Texas Senate approved a bill that would fund the bonuses as well as improve health care for the teacher retirement system. It will not pay for the proposed $1,000 raises for them. Governor Abbott made teachers' raises a priority for them this special session, but many teachers oppose them because they think the state should pay for them, not the school districts. And the Senate also approved a bill restricting transgender bathroom use. Now it's sending it to the House.
Lawmakers proposed 27 amendments to the bill. Democrat Jose Menendez proposed an amendment that would keep the measure from taking effect until the state comptroller studies potential economic impact.
These are real jobs that we could be potentially putting some of those at risk.
The amendment was rejected. Republican Lois Colcourse sponsored the bill.
I think daughters before dollars is important to me, and I believe it to be right for Texas and reflective of our values.
Senator Eddie Lucio was the only Democrat to vote in favor. Alan Skaya, WBAP News.
President Trump announced through a series of tweets that transgender people will be banned from serving in the military. The tweet said transgender men and women bring with them high medical costs and distraction. Cathedral of Hope pastor Reverend Neil Casares Thomas says the Pentagon lifted a ban against transgender people from the military last year and disproved the president's claims.
They've actually already established that actually it would cost very, very little to welcome transgender people into the military, and the fact that we already know that there are transgender folk already serving in the military or who have served in the past without any problem and without any concern.
Studies show that over 6,000 transgender people serve in the military. Hundreds of ground workers for American Airlines are protesting at DFW Airport, asking for a new contract. The Transport Workers Union Steve Holter says Americans' plan to build a maintenance hub in Brazil means the work may not meet the FAA standards.
Obviously, as aircraft technicians here in the United States, our top priority is safety and security.
American says the hub will not lead to any job cuts in the United States. Again, the high today is 100 degrees. From the WBAP Newsroom, I'm Nicole Osei.
This is the news and talk of Texas. Now, it's the Rick Roberts Show on 820 AM, 99.5 FM, HD2, News Talk 820, WBAP.
Well, I know there's got to be a few 100 million more like me, just trying to keep it free.
Rick Roberts starts right now.
I'm not so sure Rick Roberts is glad he's on vacation or bummed out he's on vacation this week because there are all sorts of stuff going on. Hello and good afternoon. It's Hump Day, ladies and gentlemen. Hump Day on News Talk 820 WBAP. Rob Carson filling in once again. It is, it's an honor and a privilege to be here. And we are going to have some fun today. We're going to talk about the day's events. The number here, if you want to tune in or you want to check in on anything, 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. It is Hump Day, and we've got a full slate of stuff. A lot of things to think about. And I want to just take a second right now. I know you've been barraged. You listen to Rush and listen to the morning show, and there's a lot of stuff going on. So let's just take a moment just to kind of reflect, think about a decision today made by the president about transgendered military members and not being allowed to serve.
Oh, tranny boy, you cannot join the army.
Guess not. Never.
And tranny girl, you might think it's unfair.
Sing it for me. Come on, Elvis.
Air Force, Marines, and Navy don't need perverts. And guys with boobs, or women so don't enlist if you are a transgender. We'll let you in if you are only gay.
Gay's no problem. We're over that.
Don't want weirdos to shame our military.
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, tranny boy and a tranny girl.
Yes.
Just stay away.
You know what's going to happen.
Oh, thank you very much.
There you go. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's the big story of the day. No more transgendered people in the Army. Or the military. Any branch of the, maybe we need another branch of the military. I don't know. You know, got all this identification going on. Maybe if you're in the Army, you can identify as a Marine. Are they going to do don't ask, don't tell? All right. So you've got a cadet that looks like a woman. You just don't say anything. Just, she's kind of got a deep voice. You've got a young male cadet. Sounds a little feminine. You know what? Maybe that's going to happen next, right? Isn't that going to happen? Isn't that going to happen next? Don't ask, don't tell. About transgender. Oh my Lord, we live in a weird world. Donald Trump has announced a ban on transgendered individuals serving the military. Now, I said yesterday, and I've been saying for a while, the transgender movement is not about acceptance anymore. It is about submission. That's what it's all about. I have got a stack of stories. And one of the reasons why I covered this stuff, transgendered stuff, the gay wedding cake stuff, the this, that, and this and that, we are being force-fed a narrative that is so ungodly rare, and yet it is part of the popular vernacular. If you watch television, and I've made jokes about this on the radio, if you watch television, 85% of us are gay, 10% of us are transgender, the rest may be straight. May be straight. And I have got no problem with gay people, but I do have a problem when we upset the apple cart. And I really have a problem. I mean, just upset the apple cart to the point that we make other people feel really, really, really uncomfortable. The majority of people have to basically bend over backwards for a very small portion of the community. I don't know how to put this exactly. I'll give you a story. Let me find the story here. And we're going to get into the bathroom bill because that's related to transgenderism, and we're going to get all this. Oh, yeah. Okay, I mentioned this the other day. All right. Minnesota. They started out, they wanted to make sure that transgendered kids were able to go to the bathroom of their choice. The school said, hey, we'll give you a separate bathroom for the transgendered people. That wasn't good enough. Because by going to the other bathroom, that ostracized the gay or the transgendered people, right? So what they've done now in Minnesota is that they've made separate bathrooms for people who don't feel comfortable around the transgendered people. So what they've done is they've said it's not okay to separate the transgendered, but it is okay to separate those who are uncomfortable. It's stupid. And when it comes to the military, we have no time for social experimentation, okay? We have no time. We've got to worry about what's going on in North Korea with Kim Jong-un's missile, not whether there's somebody in the Army who doesn't have a missile in their pants when they claim they do. How's that? So Donald Trump this is audacious. He's going to get eaten alive. Caitlyn Jenner's already speaking out. She's going to smack him in the face. John McCain's mad. He's going to smack him. McCain's slapping back at Trump's new military ban, saying transgendered troops should be treated as their patriots they are. Okay, there's that going on. Lorraine Cox, that's C-O-X, by the way, who is a transgendered actress. Yes, actress. Upset about this. The Hollywood left going bananas over this. Trump said, after consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in the capacity in the U.S. military. Our military must be focused on a decisive and overwhelming victory and cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruption that transgendered military would entail. Thank you. All right, you know what? We live in a cruel world, kids. We live in a cruel world where people want to kill you and your children and your mom, and they want to take your property. That's just the way it is. Not to make this a blatant plug for my swag line, but I have a T-shirt that says you can't coexist when people want to kill you. So is this a giant step back? Is this the ultimate slap in the face? Is this a return to the dark days when transgendered people had to hide and claw? You know, what? What do you think about this? Guys, here's the number, 800-288-WBAP. 800-288-9227. What do you think about this decision? I support our military, and we have kowtowed to political correctness in our military to the point that it cost hundreds and hundreds of lives while Barack Obama was the president of the United States. Not being able to say the obvious. Okay, you're from a Middle Eastern country. You are 18 to 34 years old. You have ties to whatever group. We can't say you're a terrorist. Things like that. There's no room for political correctness. You have to focus on the task at hand, which is blowing stuff up and killing people. Okay. And if you're really nice, I'll play my Elvis song again. 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. The phones are lighting up. We'll get to your phone calls in a second. My name is Rob Carson. You are listening to News Talk 820 WBAP.
Here is your WBAP Right Now Traffic Watch. We have a new accident, 35E southbound approaching Commonwealth. This report is sponsored by Jerry's GMC. 35E southbound approaching Commonwealth. Accident, 2 right lanes. 75 northbound at the off-ramp to Caruth Haven. An accident blocking the right lane of the off-ramp. Forney, we have an accident, 80 westbound near FM 460. Only one lane gets by. Road work as well, 80 westbound before Lawson, that's in the right lane. Tarrant County, 183 eastbound at Euless Main Street. Road work in the left lane. And delays around the ballpark. 30 eastbound at Ballpark Way, there's construction in the left lane. The red tags are out on over 500 vehicles at Jerry's GMC. Click on jerrysgmc.com. Come get big red savings at Jerry's GMC in Weatherford. We are professional grade. With the WBAP Right Now Traffic Watch, I'm Maria Miller.
The news cycle never stops.
And neither do we. Texas Senate passes bathroom bill.
Daughters before dollars is important to me, and I believe it to be right for Texas and reflective of our values.
Trump tweets military transgender ban.
Our military must be focused on decisive and overwhelming victory and cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruption that transgender in the military would entail.
Around the clock, 24/7 coverage.
Here, News Talk 820.
WBAP.
WBAP.com.
Texas Can Academies. Donate now at carsforkids.org. Right off the car, not the kid.
$500,000 in the bank today would only generate $400 a month. So how do you generate income in retirement? Learn how on Preserving Your Retirement. Saturdays at 8 a.m. on 820 a.m. WBAP.
When I bought my minivan at Novak Motors, I was blown away by the process. I didn't think it could get any easier or faster. I was out of there in less than an hour. Not kidding you. It's Chris Kroc. Now, my friends at Novak Motors have made it even easier now and faster to get a great one-owner, low-mileage lease return. It's incredible. Just go to novakmotors.com. I was just there moments ago. Find the vehicle you want, click the green Buy Now button, provide a few pieces of information like your trade-in, and if you want to set up financing, they'll give you your trade-in value, quote payments, and terms all online through their website. That's it! It's truly the easiest way to get a car. They'll even deliver your car for free within a 60-mile radius of the dealership. So go to novakmotors.com, that's Novak Motors.com, and check out all their inventory or call them at 855-507-0350. That's 855-507-0350. They're on 183 in Bedford. Just look for that big Novak Motors sign and tell them Chris Kroc sent you.
I'm Kathy DeWitt Dunn. When people are looking at retiring, one of the biggest things is they don't have a plan in place that's going to address the rising cost of living down the road. And when you look at annuities, one of the things that you have to understand is 93% of our clients that have elected to work with some certain annuity products that we're working with, that 93% have received a pay increase. 93%.
That's incredible.
If you took a look at income benefits going back to January of 2008, that's exactly when the market tanked. January 08 through September 30th of 2014, 72% of people have received an increase in income in a down market.
Yeah, that's absolutely incredible.
Call us today, set your free appointment. We have offices in Dallas and Fort Worth. Let us take a look at your personal situation and make a recommendation to you. The appointment is free. 972-473-4700, or look us up on the web at annuitywatchusa.com. That's annuitywatchusa.com. Remember, you can get it done with DeWitt and Dunn.
Hi, Rick Roberts here. You know, a lot of us can get along without a lot of things. Sleep is not one of them. And I found something that is giving me sleep all the way through the night. Casper mattress. Fantastic. I'm getting the best night's sleep I've ever had. And for me, that's saying something. I haven't been able to sleep through the night in years, but I am now. And I'll tell you why. Casper's